Okay, so some of you probably know this about me, some of you don't, but I am a massive Mass Effect fan. That helmet back there, that is the N7 helmet that came with the collector's edition of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So it turns out that there is going to be a show developed by Amazon Prime via Deadline, or at least it's in the pilot phase or the pitch phase. I love this idea, and I want to talk about some of the quotes that we've seen and some of the ideas that I think could sell you if you're skeptical about this being great, about how it could work and some of the stories that they could tell. Let's dive in. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching this video, but please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if you want to see this channel grow. I do appreciate everybody who subscribes. Let's get into the story. So real quick, what do I have here for asset? So I wanted to bring up the Deadline story, and basically Wheel of Time makes strong debut as Amazon Prime Video doubles down on genre with Mass Effect adaptation and prepares to usher in Lord of the Rings. So this kind of caught everybody off guard because we hadn't really heard anything about a Mass Effect adaptation. And yeah, we scroll down here and we find out that Amazon, sorry, I have my quotes over here and this over here. The article from Deadline says one of the company's newest hopefuls in the arena is Mass Effect. Amazon Studios is nearing a deal to develop a series based on the best-selling sci-fi video game franchise from Electronic Arts. That is great. And talking about, building the genre, Salk, I believe that's one of the showrunners, said, you will see us continuing to invest in fantasy genre of all kinds. We have a genre-focused team on the ground in studios who work tirelessly with our creative partners on those slates, and you can look forward to more. So the long and the short of it is, that's all I've really seen about the Mass Effect story. So I wanted to use it as an opportunity to talk about, just gush about why I love Mass Effect and talk about some of the ideas that I have for the series. So here we'll play my montage of the most horrific renegade options in the game. For example, when you murder Ashley for doing her job. One of the more terrible moments that you can encounter. I apologize for putting this on in the background. You can see all of these. I've collected all of these. It was one of the first videos I made for the channel where I collected all the most horrible things you can do in the original trilogy. And it's quite terrible, but also interesting how terrible Shepard could be. So I think this franchise would adapt tremendously well to an episodic type show. I know a lot of people use Mandalorian as an example, but I do think that style of doing little vignette stories involving the Mass Effect universe would work so well. There are so many individual characters that you could dive into, like Jack as an example off the top of my head. What happened to Jack in between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3? How did she change as a character? What happened to her even before that when she was like becoming a biotic and all these experiments were being done on her. I think there's a lot of really, I don't know the right phrasing, but just good storytelling, interesting storytelling options about these characters who, oh my goodness, I got an ad here. These characters who players just have fallen in love with. We have Miranda Lawson here who, is saving her sister. We have Mordin Solus. We have even Kelly. There could be a ton of character vignettes for these characters that just flesh out the universe. That's largely what the books did. The first Mass Effect book actually took you through Captain Anderson and his mission with Saren and explaining why they had this animosity with each other. In the series, like in the game, they sort of have this tension. They explain it in the original Mass Effect, but I don't feel like they ever did it justice. Well, that is until you actually play through or read the book and you get this whole idea of how evil Saren was during these encounters. There's tons to cover, lots of stories about Shepard's past with his family, whatever they decide is canon there. There's been a whole comic book series about Liara and Liara's past engagements. So we know that the world is rife with storytelling opportunities, especially using somebody like Liara as a catalyst. You know, before Liara joined the ship, she was like a scientist. She's the daughter of a matriarch. She's I think she's like 1,000 years old or something, which is considered young. She's very old. I don't remember her specific age in the original Mass Effect. There's Rex and the whole Genophage storyline, his relationship with his father. You can actually get the armor back in the original Mass Effect and save Rex. I apologize for the scene. I don't know if this is the best B-roll I could have picked because it's actually pretty messed up what happens in it. But oh, even the story of Saren. Think about the opportunity to tell about him being indoctrinated. Imagine a story that just focused on Saren, him rising through the ranks and slowly but surely becoming indoctrinated by the Reapers to do these terrible things that would eventually result in his overall demise. And basically he becomes a complete robot at some point in the series. I would love to just see from Saren's perspective what that slow whittling away of his humanity is as a Turian. The entire novel series usually ties back to the game. So the idea of vignettes, I do think would work really well. And just looking at my notes, one other character we of course didn't mention was Tali. So Tali living on the flotilla. What was it like when Tali was, first born? How does the suit process work? What is that like growing up in that environment where you can't really go outside until you go on your pilgrimage to bring back technology that'll help the flotilla of Quarians? Or better yet, what happened in Mass Effect Andromeda with the Quarians? What was the story that was going to be told there? I don't know for sure, even if that novel ever came out or it will ever come out in the future about what happened to them. Let me know in the comments if it did or not. I know there is an Andromeda book, which I have on my Kindle, but I haven't read it yet. So the point is, I'm really, really excited about an Amazon Mass Effect television series. I think it's a really, really smart move. And just looking at all the terrible things that happened in my Mass Effect 3 most shocking Renegade moments montage that I made a few years back. There's a lot of depth to all these characters. There's a lot of history between them. And I would love to hear your thoughts about some of the stories that you would like to see fleshed out a little bit more. Man, Mass Effect is just filled with all of these vignettes. The side missions are just vignettes. That's exactly what it is. So that's why I'm really excited about the Amazon series. Please don't make it like that anime they made around the early days of Mass Effect, though. I did not enjoy that very much. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Before I get out of here, though, thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if you like these sort of late night rambles from me talking about things going on in the video game industry. If you would like to support this channel, please consider becoming a member. Thank you to all of the members who have supported this channel for a long time. A lot of these people have been there from the get-go. If you want to become a part of that crew, you can hit that join button right there. I am going to get out of here. I'm trying to record a bunch of these for the Thanksgiving weekend. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful time and at least get some good food. All right. I'll see you for the next one, everybody. Bye for now.